You want street fight? Let's go. I show you right now.
So he has a little sadistic streak in him.
Exactly.
On November 2nd, 2013, Madison Square Garden witnessed one of the most dramatic nights in Gennady Golovkin's career. The undefeated champion faced a bold American challenger, Curtis Stevens. This wasn't just a fight. It was a clash of two opposite personalities, the calm, disciplined champion against a loud, confrontational brawler. And that night, the world saw the usually composed Kazakh fighter reveal a ruthless side few had ever seen.
We've never seen Gennady Golovkin this angry.
Curtis Stevens had never been known for humility. Raised on the tough streets of Brooklyn, he built a reputation as a true boxing gangster. Legal troubles, street rumors, and a sharp tongue shaped his image. But before facing Golovkin, Stevens took his arrogance to another level. To hype the fight, he staged a mock funeral for Triple G, posting a photo of himself next to a coffin with the caption, "R.I.P. Triple G, he was a good boy." Fans were shocked. Golovkin was not amused.
I want knockout. Yeah, I want knockout because he is big month. No, too much talk.
Very mad because I see picture. I think I saw photo. I read Twitter. Oh, too much for me. He has big mouth. Just.
Stevens continued escalating. At press conferences and in interviews, he insulted Triple G. He promised a knockout.
You said you're gonna wash up in his blood.
Wash up in his blood. You heard what I said. I'm gonna wash up in Gennady Golovkin's blood. Then dig the hole where the hole's already dug. Then bury him.
His confidence was overflowing. It seemed he truly believed the feared Kazakh champion couldn't touch him.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna knock him out, but whether it's the knockout or gold decision, I'm gonna become champion come Saturday.
Somebody get knocked out, and it's not gonna be me. Come Saturday, I'm gonna fuck Gennady up.
Golovkin, meanwhile, stayed ice cold. He responded to every provocation with calm, measured answers. During the final stare-down, he asked one simple question that sent chills through the room.
I have just one question for Stevens. Hey man, are you serious right now? Yeah. It's cool.
No anger, no raised voice, but a cold spark in his eyes suggested something dangerous beneath the quiet exterior. Stevens mistook that calm for weakness, and he was about to learn what lived behind the good boy smile.
Another knockout puncher.
You better believe it.
Round one begins.
From the opening seconds, both fighters took the center of the ring. They started cautiously, testing distance and rhythm.
Cross.
Stevens also is a pretty quick fighter, and he himself had a pretty good amateur background.
Very quick fighter.
Golovkin lands a right cross, first one he throws. Stevens takes it very well. Golovkin with a little straight right lead. Has a look of tremendous determination on his face here.
Has the look of a guy that knows what's in front of him.
Also bringing that right hand pretty far back against the guy with a good left hook, Roy.
Left hook for Golovkin. Curtis Stevens has been relatively conservative through much of the first round here, keeping his gloves up and focusing on defense. Now he tries a big shot and lands a right cross. And Golovkin backs away. Not the common thing to see Golovkin backing away from a guy, but he respects Stevens' power.
And
good left hook.
Stevens' speed has him taken aback a little bit too.
Kind of smart for Golovkin to back up, just not to give Stevenson too much room though, because he's the taller fighter, so no need to stay there. Make the taller fighter have to reach for you a little bit.
Right hand for Golovkin. Stevens again takes it well. His chin has shown up pretty good in the first round.
And I think he landed a hook of his own then too, Jim.
Final 10 seconds of round one. Golovkin wants to punctuate the round with something. Gets in a right cross.
In the second round, the pace increased. Stevens landed a few solid shots. but Golovkin immediately answered with harder counters.
Out of 37, Golovkin with a 9-7 edge in power shots landed. There's an air of tension in the arena here as everybody waits for the fireworks, expecting something big to land.
And the threat of that has already dulled Golovkin's normal early rounds attack.
And Stevens landed a left hook that knocked Golovkin's head back.
And everybody wants to see how one fighter takes the other fighter's punch.
There's a fighter named Darnell Boone. Almost beat Kovalev, lost a very close split decision. Knocked out Adonis Stevenson. Knocked down Andre Ward, the only pro to do it. Curtis Stevens beat him pretty easily. Stevens can fight. And because of the power, is probably the greatest threat to Golovkin in the division at the moment. He's got to figure out a way to get those shots home.
Well, other than the threat that a healthy Sergio Martinez might outbox him.
Several years ago was the last time we saw a healthy Sergio Martinez.
That's true. That is entirely true. Not likely he'll ever reach full 100% health again.
Be great to see it, though.
I'm liking what we're seeing right here in front of us tonight.
Not a lot has happened so far, but there is this sense of dramatic tension because of the power.
It's a chess match to see who can land the power first, who can feint who out of position and land that good clean shot.
Meanwhile, amid the chess match, Golovkin is scoring with his jab.
And they asked for the same punch out of Stevens' corner, but he's not throwing it as much.
Big left hook for Golovkin. Stevens gets in a body shot. That's what his corner wanted. Right hand for Golovkin.
Near the end of the round, Triple G connected with a powerful left hook. Stevens crashed to the canvas.
Goes back to the jab.
Good right hand by Golovkin.
Good left hook by Golovkin. Down goes Stevens. There it is. Cossack Thunder in round number 2. And Stevens doesn't look...
He stood up, but the look on his face instantly became one of the most replayed moments in middleweight history. The bell saved him from a knockout.
And now Gennady will go for the kill. 15 seconds in the round. He runs across the ring. Bangs Stevens into the ropes. 10 seconds to go in the round. Body shot. Looking upstairs. Misses with the left hook. Lands a right hand. Wobbles Stevens with it. One more right hand, and the round comes to a close.
As the rounds continued, the pattern became clear. Golovkin pressured relentlessly, landing heavy shot after heavy shot. Stevens responded when he could, but nothing he threw had any real effect.
Throws a right cross, gets in a left hook to the body. Now Stevens fires back a counter right hand. Uppercut by Golovkin. First one he's thrown.
Golovkin is being careful as he pursues his advantages because of the punching power coming back at him.
And that jab is really what's setting up everything for Golovkin. Stevens' corner asked for the jab, but he's not throwing it as much.
Seems to be uninterested in trying to trade jabs with Golovkin, probably worried about leaving himself open to the right hand. Golovkin has made an impression with both power shots, the left hook and the right hand.
And now I would be surprised to see a thunderous body shot by Golovkin soon here.
Two big right crosses by Golovkin. Stevens takes them pretty well.
Partially blocked both of them.
Left in the third round as Stevens backs into the ropes. And Golovkin looks for the opportunity to land something big.
But again, hesitant to go to the body with real force because of the power of Stevens.
And the possibility of a counter shot.
Doesn't
right
want to
hand
trade
over the top by Golovkin.
Doesn't want to trade a body shot for a headshot this early in the fight against a big puncher.
wear him down a little bit first.
Exactly.
But hard to wear a guy down when you're not going to the body.
There it was.
Body shot, there it was. Left hook to the liver. Right hand upstairs. Stevens throws a couple punches. Golovkin backs away. Thoroughly in control here, but being careful even as he measures Stevens for power shots.
So far, the fight's gone according to Hoyle.
Another body shot by Golovkin. Landed 29 of them. Stevens out was 6 of 22. In other words, Golovkin landed more than Stevens threw. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Chip. I got it 3 rounds to nothing. 30-26, Gennady Golovkin. You know, Chip, this guy hardly misses a punch as I see it. I mean, I'm sitting there watching him, and he's throwing out that left jab, and it just keeps landing and landing and landing. And when he throws the hook, it lands. And when he throws the right hand, it lands. I mean, if you watch this, incredibly accurate guy. He just keeps coming forward like a machine, and he's beating up Curtis Stevens. End the story. 3-0, Gennady Golovkin.
Making Stevens keep his hands at home with his offense. That's why Stevens is not throwing so many punches. He has to be so much on the defensive that he can't punch.
Stevens at least is starting to move forward now.
Got to start with that jab though, Max. When he's just walking forward, he's just leaving himself open as a target. Putting the jab out would allow him to see what punches to throw.
Body shot by Stevens, and another one. Drives Golovkin into the ropes. Best offense we've seen from Curtis Stevens since the first round.
Yeah, he at least has some success coming forward. Which
lands a jab, does Curtis Stevens.
Well, the shorter fighter always is supposed to come forward anyway. Why would you fight a guy longer than you on the outside?
Stevens trying to work his way into the fight.
Good jab.
I think you have to give Stevens at least that 3rd round just to clear his head after the 2nd round knockdown.
Of course, of course.
Watch your hands.
Now let's listen to Andre Rozier in Stevens' corner for a few seconds and hear what he's telling his fighter as the round progresses. Another body shot for Golovkin, this with the right hand. He's got Stevens pinned against the ropes. And now Stevens erupts with 2 good clean shots. And knocks Golovkin back and lands a left hook and brings some excitement to the Brooklyn fans in the crowd. Biggest rally of the fight now for Curtis Stevens.
Those are clean shots he's landing.
And he followed that last right hand with a left hook.
Lands a right hand. Golovkin lands an uppercut and a left hook. Taking advantage of Stevens' offense to counter with a couple of...
That last round should have encouraged Stevens to come forward more.
Golovkin knocking it back with the jab. Lands a right hand over the top. Stevens much more aggressive than he was in the first 3 rounds. Now countering Golovkin's big stuff with big stuff of his own.
Like
lands
Max,
a left hook there.
Like Max said, maybe his head is starting to clear now from that first round knockdown.
And he's showing his hand speed.
2nd round knockdown.
The 2nd round.
Stevens is starting to land those sweat-flying punches, and you still don't get the sense that he's really connected with his money punches yet.
Golovkin back to doubling and tripling with the jab, something he didn't do much of in rounds 3 and 4, something which helped to set up the knockdown in round 2.
Still don't like to see the shorter fighter back up.
By Stevens. Momentarily wobbled Golovkin.
Good right hand.
That didn't look like the left hook got all of Golovkin, or Golovkin might not be standing right now.
Good body shot by Stevens. He's way into the fight now.
He does so much better when he attacks first. Good hook by
Good left hook by Golovkin, right on the chin. Right cross lands.
When Golovkin works behind that jab, it's very difficult to deal with his offense.
We've seen how Stevens has reacted to a real good left hook that floored him from Golovkin. We have yet to see how Golovkin's going to react when Stevens catches him with a real good shot flush. And that may happen based on how often Stevens has been able to land on Golovkin the last couple rounds.
One thing you see here is how well Golovkin cuts off the rings. Stalking, keeping you in his sights the whole time. Throwing 90 punches in the round.
Curtis Stevens is a very compact type of a fighter. Doesn't throw too much wild, very controlled with his attack, and he does so much better when he comes forward and does not sit back and wait on Gennady Golovkin. But when he waits, Golovkin lands that jab, and it starts his offense off, and whoever gets their offense started first seems to be the benefactor of the outcome of the combinations.
Saw another Golovkin wrinkle moments ago, hooking off the jab. Something Eastern European fighters seem to do very well. Body shot for Golovkin.
Even though Golovkin's won all the rounds, Stevens is exposing a vulnerability to speed here. Then you mentioned Sergio Martinez. Jim, Sergio Martinez is still very fast and hits sneaky hard. And this fight is a long way from over.
Good right uppercut by Stevens.
Checking Golovkin's chin with the right uppercut. He's landed some good shots in this round. Now Golovkin with a body shot and a right cross and momentarily hurts Stevens.
Hurt him bad with that body shot.
Good comeback uppercut and a right cross by Stevens. And the left hook. Golovkin trying to measure him one more time. Right cross for Golovkin. Body shot, uppercut, right cross, right cross.
Golovkin's got to be careful with that uppercut, that right uppercut.
You got to be careful of everything when he's on the attack like this.
Tempting to throw it against a shorter fighter leaning in, but with a counter left hook like that, it's a dangerous punch to throw for Golovkin.
Another right cross lands for Golovkin. Very active round for Gennady, who wobbled Stevens with a couple of shots and is still seeking a knockout as the round progresses. Good left hook for Stevens. That's the counter shot Golovkin has to worry about. Golovkin's winning it, but it's a real fight as we get within 40 seconds of the midway point.
Yeah, it's nothing easy for him.
Another good combination for Gennady as he pins Stevens in the corner and looks to land something else big.
Even as he beats Stevens up and seems to break him down, you just get this sense that Stevens remains very dangerous with his punching power.
Of course he's very dangerous, and they're close, so that's where his arms are most dangerous at, in close fighting.
This has been a brilliant round for Golovkin, who did great offensive work throughout the whole 18 of 47 for Stevens. And yes, you saw Stevens' mom momentarily leave the arena. Who knows whether she'll come back. Harold, you get to stay the whole fight. And how do you have it?
Look at Jim, 6-0, 60 to 53, Gennady Golovkin. You know, Jim, you got to give him an extra point for the knockdown of round 2. But I got to tell you something, this is interesting. At the start of round 5, Harvey Dock warned Gennady Golovkin for measuring Curtis Stevens. And, you know, Gennady does that a lot. The Klitschko's do it all the time. Look, he's doing it right now. He sticks the left hand out and he doesn't pull it back. And Harvey Dock said, you know, you can't measure the guy. My interpretation is this. If the glove is closed, you can measure the guy. But Harvey Dock is telling him no. 6-0, Gennady Golovkin.
And we're told that Mrs. Rozier, or actually Tanya Rozier, excuse me, mother of Curtis Stevens, has returned to her seat at ringside. So she just took a little walk.
A lot of people have to do that. I had an aunt that had to walk the whole time I fought. Whether I was winning or losing, she had to walk the entire time. So sometimes you just got to walk the nerves off.
When Vince Dooley was coaching the Georgia Bulldogs in football, his beautiful wife, Barbara, used to walk the perimeter of the upper deck of the stadium through the entire game.
Golovkin's got a little bulldog in front of him right now. The corner wanted to know why Stevens was against the ropes. I think it was those body shots by Golovkin in the last round, but here Stevens is trying his best to stay in the middle of the ring.
And now Golovkin tries to back him up again. Stevens has listened to his trainer, who told him stay in the middle of the ring. But now Golovkin backs him to the ropes. And you heard Andre Rozier say it's not a good place for you. This is the corner where Golovkin has hurt him twice before.
Golovkin's done a great job avoiding those whistling left hook counters.
Yeah, he is.
But they still come here and there from Stevens.
And for Golovkin, though, he doesn't really have to be this close. He should stay out with his jab and just outbox Stevens. Don't even give him a chance to land the big shots. But the Abel Sanchez style of wanting to get him out of there is making him go ahead and push the issue.
And the fans appreciate that kind of risk-taking, and it's one of the reasons Golovkin's becoming a fan favorite.
Good right hand by Stevens, backs Golovkin off. And he lands a little left hook. Just at the moment when Golovkin was trying to mount another big onslaught, Stevens finally caught him with one of those punishing power shots.
By the 8th round, Stevens was in survival mode, backing up and trying to avoid punishment. His corner stopped the fight before the start of the 9th round.
Drill on him. They've obviously rehearsed sequences where Curtis is throwing punches and backing him up, and they want to see that from him.
7th round, balanced attack for Golovkin, 17 of 52 jabs, 27 of 48 power punches, 44 of 100 overall. Tremendous round for Triple G.
Curtis' left eye starting to close from the overhand right of Triple G's.
Crowd chanting Triple G, Triple G.
So the avenues to a knockout that Rozier, his uncle and trainer, talked to us about yesterday. Concussion. Golovkin's the guy who knocked him down with a punch. Submission, I don't see either guy submitting right now. And physical abuse. And Golovkin so far is beating him on the physical abuse.
Yeah, but Stevens in the last minute has landed a flush left hook, a hard body shot with the left hand, a right cross, all hard shots, which don't yet discourage Golovkin in any way.
Oh, good left uppercut by Golovkin.
Golovkin keeps his chin tucked well, even if he doesn't always move his head. So he does get hit, but
really hard body shot by Golovkin, and Stevens backs up into the ropes again. He might have hurt him with that body shot.
He did, Jim. He did.
Now right hand body shot. Stevens with a counter left hook to try to relieve the pressure. Golovkin, pressure, pressure, pressure. Hard right cross.
Breaking him down now, Jim.
Yeah, it looks like if we get a knockout by Golovkin, it's going to be the submission of will variety.
Well, body shot.
Physical abuse. I see Curtis breaking down physically.
Tremendous left-hand body shots by Golovkin, 3 of them in this round. Thunder on the liver.
Golovkin's still alert enough to back off those up.
Hard right-hand body shot. Uppercut. Stevens is taking some brutal abuse here in the 8th round. Still trying. The courage of Curtis Stevens. Bleeding from the nose now. Incipient beatdown in Madison Square Garden. Stevens seeming to give in just a little bit here. Landed a left shot off the ropes. Harvey Dock watching.
About to stop this one.
Dangerous fight right now for Stevens because he's throwing back just enough to stop the ref from stopping it.
Big right cross by Golovkin. Whipping Curtis Stevens into the corner. And he makes it out of round 8.
That's it.
And they're going to stop it in the corner.
That's a great stoppage.
Golovkin secured his 28th straight win and his 15th consecutive knockout, further establishing himself as the most feared middleweight of his era. At the post-fight press conference, he remained humble.
My last question for him, I asked him, "You serious? You serious?" Okay, yeah, I'm serious. Okay, man, I respect box. I respect everybody. I respect everybody, athletes. I respect everybody sports, you know? This is a sport for me first. Hey, man, going to home, just tell your parents, just hi. I come back. Thank you.
Trainer Abel Sanchez later admitted that Triple G had been genuinely angry about Stevens' trash talk. He simply kept it inside. As for Stevens, he did get the attention he wanted, but not the way he planned. He's remembered not for his words, but for that unforgettable look of shock after Golovkin's punch. He collected his purse, about $290,000, and left the arena with a battered face and a lesson he is unlikely to forget.
By that KO victory, still undefeated and still middleweight champion of the world from Kazakhstan, the undefeated Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Were you angry this fight? Admit it. Were you angry?
I'm serious, I am angry. Yeah. I'm angry like man, you know, not like sportsman. Like man, John, you know, he has a big mouth, you know, he's like mad dog, you know, just too much for me.
So was it hard to fight that way? And did you get out of did you get out of your game because of the emotion of the fight?
No, Steve, no, I am champion. This is my game. I'm champion. He's just challenger, just challenger. He's just challenger.
Did he earn your respect?
Yes, I respect for everywhere, you know, just for every fight.